The reason dependency continues because emotional politics became profitable for Black leadership. Outrage became profitable. Victimhood has become profitable. Political fear has become profitable for the Black elite and Black leadership. And too many gatekeepers learned how to monetize Black anger without solving Black problems.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Damon K. Jones here, and welcome to another edition of the Publisher's Desk, powered by Black Westchester Magazine, blackwestchester.com. We are the news with the Black point of view and the newspaper for Black America. And once again, man, we're here to have the discussion. And I'm going to start off. I know a lot of y'all guys that are watching, a lot of y'all brothers and sisters, a lot of white people too that watch, that want to hear the truth. But a lot of y'all have not subscribed to the channel. So please, subscribe to the channel so we could keep this message going and more people can see what we're talking about. Now today, brothers and sisters, I want to talk about an uncomfortable truth that's in Black America. A lot of what we thought that was power was actually managed dependence. See, we always believed that representation meant ownership. We believed that inclusion meant security. We believed political loyalty meant protection. But now many Black Americans are watching laws change, policies shift, programs disappear, like DEI, affirmative action gets rolled back, and corporate promises fade away. And people are shocked. But maybe, brothers and sisters, the real problem is that we never built enough political institutions to survive without the system we were trying so hard to enter. And while that was happening, a gatekeeper class emerged inside Black America that benefit more from managing the dependency than building independence. See, that's the conversation nobody wants to have, because the truth is many of the loudest voices claiming to lead Black America have become deeply connected to political parties, corporate systems, media approval, and institutional access. And once your paycheck, brothers and sisters, depends on a system, protecting the system becomes more important than freeing the people from dependence of it. Many people are realizing something painful. Access ain't ownership, and dependency damn sure ain't freedom. See, originally, many Black civil rights organizations existed to pressure power, pressure it, challenge it, negotiate with it, not become extensions of it. The original mission was simple: use Black political support as leverage to secure measurable outcomes for Black America. That meant jobs, protection, economic opportunity, educational advancement, legal equality. But somewhere along the way, many organizations stopped acting like independent advocates and slowly became politically attached to one side of the political system. Because somewhere along the way, many organizations stopped acting like independent advocates and slowly became politically attached to one side of the political system. And once that happened, brothers and sisters, accountability weakened. Because if your organization is financially connected to political relationships, media access, government grants, corporate sponsorship, and party influence, eventually your survival becomes tied to maintaining those relationships with the civil rights. And that's how we see the behavior of the civil rights organizations change. Now, instead of challenging power, many gatekeepers protect proximity to the power. Now, before people get emotional, Let's stay logical. If Black communities continue to struggle with violence, educational decline, economic instability, poor health outcomes, and collapsing family structure, but gatekeepers continue defending the same systems producing those outcomes, then what exactly are they protecting? The people or their relationship to the systems? See, one of the greatest mistakes we have done in Black America is that we confuse access with ownership. We fought to enter their corporations. We failed to build enough corporations ourselves. We fought for representation in the media, but we failed to build long, independent media systems ourselves. We fought to integrate their schools, but we neglected to build independent educational structure. Now, let me be clear. I understand why immigration happened. After segregation and legal discrimination, Black Americans wanted equal access and opportunities that our tax dollars help support. That is understandable. But somewhere along the line, brothers and sisters, inclusion stopped being a strategy and became the goal. See, once that happened, we stopped measuring success by our independence and start measuring our success by acceptance to the white man's society. That changed the culture. See, because ownership creates security, access can always be revoked. That's why corporations can suddenly remove diversity programs. That's why universities can change standards. That's why political priorities shift whenever demographics change. If you do not control the institution, you're always vulnerable to the institution. Now, here comes another uncomfortable truth. The civil rights movement was fought primarily by Black Americans. Black people bled for it. Black people died for it. Black families sacrificed for it. The Civil Rights Act, voting rights protections, the battles after Dred Scott, the 14th Amendment struggle. See, these fights were directly tied to conditions of our ancestors, the formerly enslaved Black Americans. But over time, many of those protections became expanded to broader minority politics and immigration frameworks where Black Americans were no longer the central focus. Now, let's stay logical. This is not a show for all you emotional Negroes. This is not attacking immigrants. This is not about denying other groups' rights. This is about recognizing that Black Americans never fully secured independent economic power before the political focus extended outward to other people. And while other groups built business systems, family wealth structures, land ownership, economical pipelines, educational coalitions, economic coalitions, many Black communities became dependent on a political system without building enough economic leverage. This is why we are in the condition we are in. Black America, politics without economics creates dependency. And dependency always weakens our negotiation power as Black people. The reason dependency continues because emotional politics became profitable for Black leadership. Outrage became profitable. Victimhood has become profitable. Political fear has become profitable for the Black elite and Black leadership. And too many gatekeepers learned how to monetize Black anger without solving Black problems. Every election cycle, same formula: fear, emotions, racial tension, emergency language like democracy is at stake. The other side hates you. We got to get out to vote. We got to be more loyal to the Democratic Party. But for decades, where are the institutions? Where is the black manufacturing strategy from the NAACP, Urban League, National Action Network, Black Lives Matter, and all the other black so-called civil rights organizations? Where is the agricultural strategy from the NAACP, Urban League, National Action Network, and all other black so-called civil rights organizations? Where is the Black Banking Network from the NAACP, National Action Network, Urban League, and all the other black so-called civil rights organizations? Where is the National Land Acquisition Strategy from the NAACP, National Action Network, Urban League, and all the other Negro civil rights organizations? And where is the Independent Technology Investment Strategy from the NAACP, Urban League, National Action Network, and all other black Negro civil rights organizations? And where is the economic structure for black businesses from the Urban League, National Action Network, NAACP, and all other black Negro organizations? See, too many gatekeepers have become expert in managing emotions instead of building infrastructure. And the dangerous part is this: emotionally dependent people are easier to politically control. Now, I want to talk about another issue. Too many wealthy black elites are deeply tied to white corporate systems. It's nice. They like to say, I'm the first to invest $3 billion into a white company or be part of a structure that is a white company. I saw one sister online said a black woman invested $3 billion into, I think, a professional team, but she invested into a white structure. See, their money depends on sponsorships, media contracts, political relationships, entertainment deals, corporate approval. So here's the problem, brothers and sisters. So many are terrified to support anything that looks like real black independence, not diversity, not symbolic inclusion, not representation, independence. Because independence changes power structure. And many successful black figures fear losing access more than they fear black dependency. Not all successful black people are like this, but enough are. Look at recently Spirit Airlines. With all these black successful people, all these millionaires that black people want to talk about. You're trying to tell me that black people, black millionaires, and I'm talking entertainment, sports, and the business and the ones that say how rich they are, you trying to tell me black people can't get together and buy Spirit Airlines? See, if we can't do something like that, that's an opportunity right there, then we ain't talking about nothing. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much money you flossing. If I had it, I will try to make a deal. Because that's black economics. You get on Spirit, you see most of us buying the tickets, flying the goddamn plane, the stewardess, it's mostly us. We got to see it as black people. You notice how the conversation changes when you start talking about black banking, black manufacturing, black land ownership, independent schools, agricultural systems, economic nationalization. These same Negroes get uncomfortable. The rich ones, the elite ones, they get uncomfortable when you start talking like that. See, because ownership changes power. And many of the rich black people that you see online, see, they benefit from proximity to the system than freedom from the system. This is why our communities don't change. Now let's talk spiritually. Because I am not perfect, but I'm in the walk of my spiritual life. And I can't disconnect faith and spirituality from this culture and this political culture. You're not supposed to. But you can't, you have to do it from a position of faith in God, not a position of this world. Now, there's a reason I have been saying from the beginning of this Trump administration that Pharaoh has let black people go. Because many black Americans spent decades believing the system emotionally needs us. But systems evolve. Political correlations evolve, technology evolves, demographic evolve, economic priorities evolve. And now black Americans are discovering something that's very painful. The emotional relationship they had with the institutions was never fully mutual. And I know that hurts because many black people have built identity around political acceptance and institutional validation. But here's the deeper question. If the doors close tomorrow, what do we do when we're outside the door? Can we feed ourselves? Can we educate ourselves? Can we employ ourselves? Can we finance ourselves? Can we medically support ourselves? Can we politically leverage ourselves economically? A lot of people got mad. A lot of black educated elite Negroes got mad when Trump said black jobs. And then there was a video out about all these black educated black folks saying, I ain't got no black job. I ain't got no black job. I ain't got no black job. But all of a sudden, we're marching for black jobs. I thought we didn't have black jobs. And it's crazy how we spend $2.6 trillion and we claim that we're oppressed. But we spend $2.6 trillion with those that oppress us. What people in the halls of history of this planet, what oppressed people spends $2.6 trillion with those that oppress them? Please, somebody in the comment, put what era that has happened other than Black America. Now, despite everything I said in this video, brothers, I do not believe Black America is doomed. But I do believe the fantasy is over and that it just should end anyway. See, the fantasy of representation alone is power. The fantasy of political loyalty guarantees protection. The fantasy that hashtags builds institutions. The fantasy that celebrities are going to save us. The solution is not more emotional politics. The solution is institutional building and focusing on logic and outcomes. Ownership, trade, technology, AI, manufacturing, land ownership, agriculture, independent media, family stability, economic discipline. We need more business owners than influencers. We need more engineers than activists. We need more builders than gatekeepers. We are at a pivot and crossroads in the time of Black America that we have to get it together, because in the next 30 years, if we don't do it, we have failed our children and our children's children. We got to finance black businesses. We got to figure it out. We got to get trade schools going. You vote for these Negroes on these education boards, and they're not teaching our children for the future. If they're not putting trades in the schools for our black boys and our black girls, but especially our black boys, you need to vote their behinds out. You need to vote them out anyway, because black kids can barely read and comprehend. How the hell are they going to go into an office setting and they can barely read and comprehend? Fact of the matter is, how are they even going to do construction if they can't read the numbers on a damn ruler? What are we doing to our children? And these are the black Negroes you put in power, you vote for. We have to change that and stop listening to these Negroes. Black America must become independent enough to negotiate with everybody, while emotionally controlled enough to worship nobody. I'm going to say that again, because y'all Negroes got to listen to what I'm saying. Black America must become independent enough to negotiate with everybody, while emotionally controlled enough to worship nobody. Politics is transactional. If I give you my vote, what am I getting for my vote? The young brother said, no check, no vote. Outcomes matter. And maybe the greatest lesson in all this, brothers and sisters, freedom is not simply entering another man's system. Maybe we're starting to learn that. Freedom is being able to survive without the system. See, that's the challenge before Black America today. How are we going to pivot to begin to think out of the box and to think for ourselves, to survive outside of the system and stop following these gatekeepers that keep you in the system? We don't need no more symbolism. We don't need no more dependency disguised as process, brothers and sisters. We need ownership, institutions, economic leverage, long-term strategy, and independence. We have to do it now. We have to figure it out now, because these gatekeepers are keeping us tied to the system. Because in the end, every respected group in America built something the system needed. The question is, what are we building? And if you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with somebody willing to think deeper than slogans. Because the future will not belong to the loudest people. The future will belong to the people who build it. And please go to blackwestchester.com. Check out our free e-paper. And again, if you're in the Westchester, Northern Bronx, Connecticut area, there's places you can find the paper. But if not, just get the e-paper and download it. It's free. It's free. And please support. We always welcome donations. This is independent. Listen, let me explain something. We're a paper. We started as a paper, and then we just came online. So what we're trying to do is educate Black people. We don't even charge for the paper. The paper is free. If you're in those areas, you can just pick the paper up and free. So, I mean, if you want to support, please support. We will appreciate it so we can keep doing the work and representing the news with the Black point of view and Black America's newspaper. So thank you again. Please stay blessed, stay safe, and stay Blacktastic. Peace out.
Black Westchester's New Spring 2026 e-paper is now available, featuring the life and legacy of Bob Law, breaking news, and stories that matter to our community. Read it now at blackwestchester.com. We appreciate you taking the time to engage with real conversations, real issues, and real perspectives that matter to Black America. Stay connected, stay informed, And as always, we'll see you next time at the publisher's desk. It's going to be Blacktastic. If you're serious about political clarity and independent thinking, this is for you. The Political Thought Bundle includes 3 full books, all personally singling. Democrats and Republicans, the Ultimate Gangbangers, breaks down how the two-party system operates like a legalized street war for power. Emotional Politics, Logical Failure exposes how emotion has replaced strategy in Black political engagement. Tolerance is for Coward lays out a blueprint for extended policing and community-led public safety rooted in outcomes rather than slogans. 3 signed books. One bundle $60. That's a $75 value, and you're getting signed copies included. This isn't left versus right. It's results versus rhetoric. Go to twosteppublishing.com and secure your signed Political Thought Bundle today. It's going to be Blacktastic. For more than a century, Black America built its own economy under segregation, under discrimination, and under conditions most people today cannot imagine. We built businesses. We built banks. We bought land and property. In The Forgotten Blueprint, Damon K. Jones reveals how Black communities created thriving economic systems from 1800 to 1965, and why that blueprint still matters today. This book challenges the idea that our future depends on politics alone and shows how ownership, family, and enterprise once powered Black prosperity. The blueprint is not lost. We just stopped using it. The Forgotten Blueprint, how Black America built its own economy from 1800 to 1965. On sale now at Two Step Publishing and Amazon. Westchester Magazine has been giving our community a voice, reporting the stories others ignore, holding power accountable, and making sure the truth about our communities is told by us. But independent Black media only survives when the community supports it. If you believe in real journalism, community accountability, and keeping Black voices strong in local news, we need your help. Your donation helps us continue covering the stories that matter: politics, education, justice, and economic empowerment right here in Westchester. Support Black media, support Black truth, support Black Westchester Magazine. Donate today and help keep Black media alive. Because Black-owned independent media is Blacktastic. Black Westchester Magazine presents People Before Politics, the Sunday Rundown, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Join Damon K. Jones, A.J. Woodson, and Larnez Kinsey as they break down the biggest stories in politics, culture, and community from a Black point of view. No spin, no party loyalty, just logic, accountability, and outcomes. If it impacts Black America, we're talking about it. Tap in, subscribe, set your reminder. This Sunday at 6 p.m. is going to be Blacktastic.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.